the river that brought back the dead. I come from a small village in the heart of Cameroon, surrounded by thick forests and a long winding river we called Mbene. That river fed our farms, gave us fish and quenched our thirst. But one day it started giving us something else, something it was never meant to give. It began after a terrible flood. The rain came hard that year. It tore through farms, huts, and even graves. The dead were washed out of the ground, their bones carried away by the river. We buried what we could find, but many were lost to the current. A few days later, strange things started happening. Fishermen said they saw faces under the water, not reflections but faces staring up. One man swore he saw his late brother smiling beneath the surface. We laughed at him, said grief was playing tricks on him. But then, it wasn't funny anymore. That night, my grandmother, who died 3 years before, came knocking at our door. I remember her voice, the same soft tone, the same cough between her words. My mother froze. My father shouted at whoever was outside, but I could see the shape through the curtain. It was her. Same head tie. Same wrapper. Same walking stick. She was calling my mother's name. My father warned us not to open the door. He said it was a trick of the river. But my mother cried and shouted that she couldn't leave her own mother outside. When she opened the door, there was no one there. Only wet footprints leading away, straight toward the riverbank. After that night, people started hearing voices. The dead were calling. Some from the trees, some from the water. They called at night, softly, just above the sound of the frogs and crickets. Some villagers followed those voices and never came back. We told the chief. He called the elders, and they went to the river to make sacrifices. Goats, chickens, palm oil, everything. But the river refused the offerings. The current carried them away like trash. That night, the river turned red. It wasn't mud. It was blood. We stopped going near the water. No one fished. No one washed clothes there. But one morning, a little boy, my cousin, was found sitting at the river's edge playing with something in the water. When my aunt went closer, she saw he was playing with the skull of her late husband. She screamed until she fainted. The chief called for a ritual. The oldest man in the village said the river was angry because the dead had been disturbed. They wanted to return to where they belonged. He said someone had to go into the water at midnight and call the names of the lost, one by one, to send them back. No one wanted to go. But my father did. I still remember watching him walk toward the river with a lantern and a calabash of palm wine. He looked back once and told me, "If the river calls your name, never answer." That was the last time I saw him. The next morning, his lantern was found floating on the surface. The water was calm again. The red color was gone. The river looked peaceful, like nothing ever happened. For months, everything was quiet. No more voices. No more dead walking. People started fishing again, farming again. But sometimes, late at night when I walk near the river, I still hear it whispering. And sometimes, when the moon is full, I see a faint lantern light moving slowly across the water, and I swear I hear my father calling my name. I don't answer. I never will.